I've been using the Galaxy A36 for the past few weeks, and in this video, I'm telling you the whole truth about the new phone from Samsung. I'm sharing my experience using the phone to let you understand how it performs, how the camera looks, and the battery life, and just a general idea if you should spend your money to buy this phone or maybe look out for the competing phones around the same price. Let's start by talking about the unboxing experience. For a while now, Samsung has removed chargers from the box. You only get a USB-C to C cable, SIM remover pin, and some paperwork. Since you don't get a charger in the box, you can't just go around and buy any charger to charge this phone, or else it won't charge fast. You need a charger with power delivery, and I've listed a couple of power delivery certified chargers in the description of this video. My model comes with 8 gigs RAM and 256 gigs of storage space. It's UFS 2.2 storage type and LPDDR4X RAM, which is common for most mid-range phones. There are other storage options like the base model with 6 gigs RAM and 128 gig storage space, while we have one with 12 gigs RAM and 256 gig storage space. I paid around $350 for the device, which is equal to 519,000 naira, but the base model is going for 460,000 naira, and the price makes it a bit difficult to recommend this phone because there are some phones out there that are a bit cheaper and they kind of give you more in certain aspects. I also intend to compare the phone with some devices within this price category, but if you have a specific device that you want me to compare to the Samsung Galaxy A36 5G, then kindly let me know in the comment section of this video. You should also subscribe to the channel because we have a lot of videos coming your way, and I'm also working on reviewing the Samsung Galaxy A56 and A26, so stay tuned for those videos. Like its predecessor, the Galaxy A36 has glass at the back and front with Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection. Since I started using the phone, I've dropped it like 4 or 5 times and it has been fine. It is a slippery phone, and buying a case can be a bit difficult since Samsung is not shipping this phone with a case, and there are already visible scratches at the back of this phone because I didn't apply a case since I started using it. I have the awesome black color options, and you can see my fingerprint is all over the phone. There are other awesome color options, and I personally wanted the white, but it was difficult for me to get the white. The phone weighs 195 grams and it's comfortable to hold in the hand. The camera arrangement has also changed. Coming from the A35, we have the 3 cameras housed in a single compartment. I kind of like how the camera design looks. We have stereo speakers and the phone sounds great, and we also have the SIM card slot beside the USB-C charging port. You can also use 2 eSIMs on the phone, which is not common on a lot of mid-range phones that might be directly competing with this one. You also can't use an SD card to increase the memory. The phone feels compact and I love the build quality. Even though it's a bit large, it's still enjoyable to hold in the hand. We have a large 6.7-inch display, which is a slight increase from the 6.6-inch display we had on the Galaxy A35. It is a super AMOLED display with 1080p resolution and 120 Hz refresh rate. The peak brightness on this phone is 1900 nits, and it's very impressive under direct sunlight. I've actually used this phone on a very sunny day and I didn't really have issues seeing the display clearly. We all know Samsung makes some of the best display in the market. The display is protected by the Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, which makes it even more durable. Colors appear really great and you'll enjoy watching content or playing games on the display. The size also makes it even more comfortable for scrolling and enjoying while doing your thing on the display. We also have an under-display fingerprint scanner on the phone, and it's quite fast at unlocking the phone. You also get the always-on display feature, which we all love, and the display doesn't support HDR10 content on Netflix and other streaming platforms, but you can stream on YouTube at up to 4K resolution, and you get all those clips details that makes it even more pleasing. The bezels around the display are quite noticeable, and honestly, that's something I don't find comfortable at this price point. I wish the bezels can be smaller. In fact, I've seen much smaller bezels for less money. Overall, the display isn't bad, but I wish we could have a bit less bezel around. Now, we have a 5000 milliampere battery on the phone, and the battery life is okay, but it's not the best. I get 8 hours of screen time daily, but I constantly have to recharge the phone at least once before midnight. It can take you through a whole day, but the battery will just be maybe around 15 or maybe 10%. If you are a demanding user, it might even die. A 45-watt charging speed is a noticeable upgrade, and it takes slightly over an hour to charge the phone from 0 to 100. You also need to know that without a certified power delivery adapter and right cable combo, it will be difficult to reach that speed. Like, that thing is very stressing because I don't have a power delivery charger right now. The last one I had is faulty, and it has just been a struggle charging this phone very fast. And again, most competing phones have around 120 watts or maybe 90 watts fast charging. Now, the phone comes out of the box with Android 15 and One UI 7. The phone will also receive 6 years of software updates from Samsung, which is second to no other brand. You also get a bunch of AI features like Circle to Search, which lets you search for anything on your screen by pressing and holding the navigation bar at the bottom of the screen. You can also use Circle to Search to look for audio while watching content online. You can use Google Gemini to solve complex tasks on the phone. It's a powerful AI tool, and I don't know why if I tap and hold the power key, instead of getting Google Gemini, I get Bixby, which doesn't really make sense. Read Aloud is only supported in the Samsung native browser, and you also get Object Eraser in the Samsung native Gallery app. You can remaster images, blur the background in the Gallery app, but we don't have best face here. It's reserved for the more expensive Samsung Galaxy phones. There are a ton of AI features, and there's one particular one which is AI Select that I kind of also like. It can be useful when you want to copy a text or maybe turn an image to GIF while you are scrolling your screen. There are a ton of features that aren't available on the A36 when compared to the flagship level Samsung like the S25 Ultras. And software is one area that Samsung holds dearly, and the One UI 7 is a clear testament of what makes Samsung unique. I love the clear separation of the notification and quick menu. You can scroll from anywhere on the home screen to bring down the notification area of this phone. Animations are very smooth, and you get pre-installed apps from Samsung and Google at the same time. And these apps carry out the same tasks. It's something that has been there for a while, and I don't know why it's there. You can do a lot of customizations on the phone. You can literally change everything on the home screen, or maybe even how the app icons look. And if you have any questions about the software, kindly ask me in the comment section. I'll be glad to reply you. We have the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 powering the phone, and the GPU is Adreno 710. I would say that's a bit of an upgrade from the Galaxy A35, but when you kind of picture it, snap out and look at the bigger picture, you'll see that most of the competing devices, the 6 Gen 3 is an average performer. I would encourage you to get this device if you are a gamer, because the performance while gaming is not suitable for this price range, to be honest. You can play casual games like Candy Crush, Subway Surfer, and it will run smoothly. But when you stretch to maybe playing games like Call of Duty Mobile and the likes, the performance is going to lag. If possible, you should also get the model with 8GB RAM, because it's going to perform a lot smoother. I'm actually using the version with 8GB RAM, but there are times where I just get to understand that this is not a performance-centric phone. Now, for camera, we have a 50-megapixel main camera alongside an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens and a 2-megapixel macro lens. The selfie camera is 12 megapixel, and I'll say that I'm impressed with the photos, both in low light and good lighting condition. You need to select the 50-megapixel options if you want more details in your photos, but the 12-megapixel option that is by default is also quite decent. Shadows and highlights remain vibrant. As you can see, HDR is also quite noticeable. There is a bit of sharpening and exposure in the pictures that kind of takes away the natural color, but it's not something awkward. It keeps the pictures balanced, in my opinion. Even in areas with low light, I was surprised with how well it handled the pictures. You can zoom all the way to 10x using the 12-megapixel option in the camera app, but you can't do that on the 50-megapixel option. The interface looks different and refined with less distraction in the camera app. The ultra-wide lens is quite decent, but it lacks consistency, and if it is an area with low light, then the images will be poor. However, it's good to know that you can use it. The macro lens is also there, and it's average at best. I even prefer using the main camera to get close-up shots if I want to take a macro picture. The selfie is great, and you get a ton of details from the image, and you can shoot 4K 30 FPS with the front and back cameras, but the ultra-wide lens is capped at 1080p. There aren't any advanced shooting modes on the phone, but there is super steady mode that can be turned off in the settings. The Galaxy A36 is a great option if you want a budget Samsung phone, but given the competition, there are better options out there. What it has going for it is the software and great camera quality. Build quality is awesome and it feels good in the hand. You can ask any questions regarding the Galaxy A36 in the comment section, and I'll be happy to see you in my next video.